Hello, everyone. My name is Christopher Main, and these are my 5 takeaways from our week 2 discussion board post. So, my first takeaway from the video is how media manufacturers our consent. They will tell us what the people in power want them to tell us so we can fall in line. And when I heard this, I thought about how how America compares to other countries, and how people who have never left the country will talk negatively about other countries without ever having been there. They're told by their news sources and people they follow on social media about how all these other countries are awful, and how walkable cities and nationwide high-speed rail are terrible because our car-dependent media says so. And it's the same thing with universal health care and free college. These things work in other countries, but our government doesn't want it, so the concepts are regularly villainized in our media. My second takeaway is how it's in the media's best interest to push for whatever gives them the most profit. Here in the United States, a handful of media companies own and control all the media in the country. It's in their best interest to only show us what they want us to see and what will give them the most profit. And my third takeaway is how journalism cannot be a check on power because the very system encourages complicity. Governments, corporations, and big institutions know how to influence the news narrative. They feed media scoops, official accounts, and interviews with the experts. And I've seen this a few different ways. In press conferences, whoever is speaking will either only take questions from reporters who are on the side of the speaker, or they will lie or otherwise manipulate the truth to fit their narrative. And I've seen it in the government as well. If a politician, like the president, is under fire for anything bad, they'll either release some news to distract from their previous actions, or they'll do something to distract the public from their previous actions. My fourth takeaway is if you want to challenge power, you'll be pushed to the margins. Your name won't be down, you won't be getting in, you've lost your access. And this goes back to my previous takeaway. Either only news sources who are aligned with the speaker at a press conference will be allowed questions, while news sources that go against the speaker and whoever they're speaking for will be ignored or belittled if their questions get answered. And then my fifth and final takeaway is when the media, like journalists, whistleblowers, and sources, stray from the consensus, they get flack. When the story is inconvenient for the powers that be, you'll see the flack machine in action, discrediting sources, trashing stories, and diverting the conversation. And this actually reminds me of the first time that Donald Trump campaigned for president, because whenever his obvious lies were called out, his campaign manager would call them alternative facts. And anytime that they were presented with the truth, it was always called fake news. So if you go against them, then they'll try to discredit you. But those are my 5 takeaways for this week's video. Thank you very much.